Five.
I beg your pardon.
Five.
I beg your pardon.
Five. What is your name, sir? Jack.
There should be a captain there. Surely,
Prove it.
Prove it.
Yeah, go on.
For decades, Johnny Depp has been one of the most unforgettable faces in cinema. From mysterious outsiders to legendary fantasy characters, he has created roles that feel like they exist beyond the screen. But imagine a moment where the worlds of Johnny Depp's most iconic characters collide. A Comic-Con stage filled with thousands of excited fans. The lights suddenly go dark. The crowd becomes silent. Then, a familiar voice echoes through the hall. A voice that fans recognize instantly. A voice filled with mystery, humor, and a little bit of madness. And when the lights come back on, fans see something they never expected. Johnny Depp appears, not just as one character, but as a celebration of the many unforgettable personalities he has brought to life. A mysterious Ebenezer Scrooge-inspired figure standing beside the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow and the magical Willy Wonka. A dream crossover that feels impossible, but perfectly represents the imagination and creativity that have defined Johnny Depp's career. Johnny Depp has always been different from the typical Hollywood star. While many actors search for roles that make them look heroic or perfect, Depp has often chosen characters that are unusual, strange, and completely unpredictable. He has transformed into people who live on the edge of reality. Characters who are funny, emotional, dark, and sometimes misunderstood. Captain Jack Sparrow was never just a pirate. He was a character full of contradictions. A clever man who appeared foolish. A fearless pirate who often escaped through luck. A character who changed how audiences viewed movie heroes forever. Then came Willy Wonka, a character surrounded by mystery. Depp created a version that was completely his own. A person with a strange imagination, a unique personality, and a hidden emotional side. And that is what makes Johnny Depp's performances so memorable. He does not simply play characters. He builds entire worlds around them. Now imagine Johnny Depp taking on the legendary character of Ebenezer Scrooge, a man known for loneliness, regret, and transformation. It would be a role perfectly suited for Depp's style of storytelling, because behind many of Depp's characters is one common theme. A person who feels different from the world around them. Someone searching for connection. Someone hiding emotions behind a strange appearance or unusual behavior. A Johnny Depp version of Scrooge could bring a darker, more emotional side to the character. Not just an old man who hates Christmas, but a complicated person carrying years of memories, pain, and lost opportunities. A character waiting for one final chance to change. And this is exactly why fans continue to imagine Johnny Depp in new and unexpected roles. Because when Johnny Depp enters a character, people do not just watch a performance. They enter a completely different world. But what would happen if these worlds truly collided? What would Captain Jack Sparrow say to Willy Wonka? And how would Scrooge react to the chaos created by both of them? Among all the characters Johnny Depp has created, one name continues to stand above the rest. Captain Jack Sparrow. A pirate who walked differently, talked differently, and completely changed what audiences expected from a movie hero. When audiences first met Jack Sparrow, nobody knew what to expect. He was not the traditional brave warrior. He was not the perfect hero. He was unpredictable. He was humorous. He was clever. And sometimes it was impossible to know whether Jack Sparrow was a genius or simply lucky. But that mystery was exactly what made him unforgettable. Before Captain Jack Sparrow, pirate characters were often shown as dangerous villains or serious adventurers. But Johnny Depp created something completely different. He gave Jack Sparrow a personality filled with unusual movements, unforgettable expressions, and a unique way of speaking. Every step, every look, every strange decision felt like part of a carefully created character. Jack Sparrow became more than a pirate. He became a symbol of freedom, adventure, and refusing to follow the rules. Fans around the world connected with him because Jack was not perfect. He made mistakes. He failed. He escaped impossible situations. But he always found a way forward. Now imagine the atmosphere at Comic-Con. Thousands of fans waiting for a surprise announcement. The screen behind the stage begins showing scenes from Johnny Depp's legendary characters. A mysterious old man walking through a snowy street. A colorful fantasy world filled with imagination. And finally, a pirate ship appears. The crowd instantly knows what it means. The music begins. The famous pirate theme fills the hall. And the audience realizes Jack Sparrow has returned. Not just as a character from the past, but as a reminder of why people fell in love with Johnny Depp's creativity. The reason Jack Sparrow remains popular is simple. He represents something many people admire: freedom, individuality, and the courage to be different. Jack never tried to become someone else. He was strange. He was unpredictable. And he embraced exactly who he was. That message continues to connect with fans even years later. For many viewers, Captain Jack Sparrow is not just a movie character. He is a childhood memory, a source of laughter, and one of the most creative performances in modern cinema. So, what would happen if Jack Sparrow met Johnny Depp's other unforgettable characters? Imagine Jack entering a dark Victorian mansion and meeting Ebenezer Scrooge. Scrooge would probably question Jack's unusual behavior. Jack would probably question Scrooge's lack of adventure. Then imagine both of them entering Willy Wonka's magical chocolate factory. Chaos would be guaranteed. Jack Sparrow searching for treasure. Wonka creating impossible inventions. And Scrooge trying to understand the madness around him. It would be strange. It would be funny. And it would be exactly the kind of imaginative world where Johnny Depp's characters belong. Captain Jack Sparrow proved that unforgettable characters do not have to be perfect. Sometimes the most memorable heroes are the ones who are different, the ones who break the rules, the ones who surprise us. And that is why, years later, fans still imagine one thing: a return of the legendary pirate who changed cinema forever. But Jack Sparrow is only one part of Johnny Depp's incredible character universe. Because waiting in another world is a mysterious chocolatier with a golden ticket and an imagination unlike anyone else. Inside Johnny Depp's universe of unforgettable characters, few are as mysterious and fascinating as Willy Wonka, a man surrounded by candy, inventions, and endless imagination. But behind the colorful world of chocolate and wonder was a character full of secrets. Willy Wonka was never just about sweets. He was about creativity. He was about seeing the world differently. And he showed audiences that being unique is not something to hide. It is something to celebrate. When Johnny Depp stepped into the role of Willy Wonka, he did not simply copy the version audiences already knew. Instead, he created his own interpretation. A character who is playful but mysterious, funny but sometimes lonely, confident but carrying hidden emotions. That balance is what made Depp's version stand out. Because behind Wonka's strange behavior was a person who had built an entire world around his imagination. A world where creativity had no limits. A world where ordinary ideas became extraordinary experiences. Throughout his career, Johnny Depp has often been drawn to characters who feel like outsiders. Characters who do not completely fit into normal society. Edward Scissorhands was misunderstood. Jack Sparrow was unpredictable. The Mad Hatter lived inside his own fantasy. And Willy Wonka created a world where imagination was more powerful than reality. These characters may look completely different, but they share something important. They all remind audiences that being different can be a strength. Now imagine the Comic-Con stage again. The audience has already witnessed the return of Captain Jack Sparrow. The excitement is at its highest. Then suddenly, the lights change. The stage becomes filled with colorful decorations. A giant chocolate factory appears on the screen. The crowd begins to realize what is happening. A familiar figure walks onto the stage. A purple coat. A mysterious smile. A world of imagination following behind him. Willy Wonka has arrived. And now, the impossible crossover becomes complete. A pirate, a chocolatier, and a character searching for redemption. 3 completely different worlds. One actor who brought them all to life. The meeting between Willy Wonka and Jack Sparrow would be unlike anything fans have ever imagined. Jack would probably enter the chocolate factory looking for hidden treasure. Wonka would probably be more interested in studying Jack's unusual personality. One creates magical inventions. The other creates unexpected adventures. Together, they would create complete chaos. Jack might try to take control of the factory. Wonka might create a new candy inspired by pirates. And somewhere in the middle, Scrooge would wonder how he ended up surrounded by such madness. The reason Johnny Depp's characters remain popular is because they are unforgettable. They are not simple heroes. They are complicated. They have flaws. They have emotions. And most importantly, they feel real, even when they exist in fantasy worlds. That is the power of Johnny Depp's acting. He takes unusual ideas and turns them into characters people remember for generations. From the ocean adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow to the mysterious factory of Willy Wonka, Johnny Depp has created characters that continue to inspire audiences around the world. But there is still one final piece of this imagined Comic-Con surprise. A character representing change, regret, and the power of a second chance. A character who could bring everything together. Among all the characters Johnny Depp has portrayed, there is one type of role he has always understood better than most actors. The outsider. The person who feels separated from the world. The person hiding emotions behind a strange appearance or unusual behavior. And that is exactly why the idea of Johnny Depp taking on Ebenezer Scrooge creates so much imagination. Because Scrooge is not simply a character who dislikes Christmas. He is a man shaped by his past. A person carrying years of loneliness, regret, and memories. A person who believes it is too late to change. Many versions of Ebenezer Scrooge focus on his anger and bitterness. But Johnny Depp's style of acting could explore something deeper. Instead of only showing a cold and wealthy businessman, he could show a broken person. Someone who built walls around himself because of pain. Someone who pushed people away because he was afraid of being hurt. This type of emotional complexity is exactly where Depp's performances often shine. His characters are rarely just one thing. They can be funny and tragic, strange and human, mysterious and vulnerable. One of the most fascinating parts of a Johnny Depp performance is the transformation. The process begins before the character even speaks. The appearance, the clothing, the movement, the voice. Every small detail helps create a completely different person. For a Scrooge character, imagine a tired expression, a quiet voice filled with years of memories, a man walking through empty streets while remembering everything he lost, a character who slowly discovers that life still has possibilities. It would be a performance focused not only on changing a character, but understanding him. Now the Comic-Con fantasy reaches its final moment. The stage is complete. Captain Jack Sparrow represents adventure. Willy Wonka represents imagination. And Ebenezer Scrooge represents transformation. 3 characters. 3 completely different personalities. But all connected by one idea. The power to change. Jack Sparrow teaches us to embrace freedom. Willy Wonka teaches us to protect creativity. Scrooge teaches us that it is never too late to become something better. Together, they create a story about imagination, redemption, and individuality. A moment like this would instantly capture the attention of fans. Because Johnny Depp's audience has always connected with his ability to create unforgettable worlds. Fans do not just remember the movies. They remember the feelings, the laughter, the emotions, the characters that stayed with them long after the credits ended. That is why a fantasy crossover involving his most famous roles feels so exciting. It represents everything people love about his career. Creativity without limits, characters without boundaries, and storytelling that feels different from anything else. Whether as a pirate searching for adventure, a chocolatier creating impossible dreams, or a lonely man discovering a second chance, Johnny Depp has always shown that the most memorable characters are the ones with depth. The ones who surprise us. The ones who remind us that everyone has a story. And that brings us to the final question. What makes Johnny Depp's characters so unforgettable even after all these years? The answer is not just the costumes, not just the makeup, not just the performances. It is something much deeper, the imagination behind every transformation. What makes a character truly unforgettable? Is it the costume, the makeup, the story, or is it something much deeper? For Johnny Depp, the answer has always been imagination. Throughout his career, he has created characters that do not simply exist inside movies. They become memories. They become symbols. They become part of popular culture. From a mysterious pirate sailing across dangerous oceans, to a strange inventor creating a world of chocolate dreams, to a lonely man searching for redemption, Johnny Depp has shown audiences that the most powerful characters are often the ones who are different. Many of Johnny Depp's most famous characters share one important quality. They do not fit into ordinary expectations. They are outsiders. They see the world in a different way. Captain Jack Sparrow does not follow traditional rules. He creates his own path. Willy Wonka does not think like everyone else. He turns impossible ideas into reality. Scrooge begins as a man trapped by his past, but discovers that change is possible. These characters connect with audiences because many people understand what it feels like to be different. They show that being unique is not a weakness. It can be a source of strength. The reason Johnny Depp's performances stand out is because he focuses on the small details. A character is not created only through dialogue. It is created through movement, a simple expression, a different way of walking, a unique voice, a small gesture that tells an entire story. Johnny Depp has often approached acting like creating a piece of art. He studies the personality. He builds the world around the character. And he tries to understand what makes that person unique. That dedication is why audiences remember his roles long after watching them. Now return to the imagined Comic-Con stage. The lights shine across the crowd. Thousands of fans are watching. On stage stand three unforgettable figures. Captain Jack Sparrow, with his fearless attitude. Willy Wonka, with his endless imagination. And Ebenezer Scrooge, with his powerful journey of transformation. Different worlds, different stories, but one connection. The creative mind of Johnny Depp. The crowd realizes they are not just seeing characters. They are seeing decades of storytelling, creativity, and unforgettable moments. Years after many of these characters first appeared, fans continue to talk about them. Why? Because great characters never truly disappear. They live through memories. They inspire new generations. They remind people of emotions they felt while watching those stories for the first time. Johnny Depp's characters have made audiences laugh. They have made audiences think. And they have shown that movies can be more than entertainment. They can be experiences. A pirate, a dreamer, a man searching for redemption. Three characters, one legendary actor. Johnny Depp's career has always been about taking risks, exploring imagination, and creating characters that nobody expects. And maybe that is why fans continue to imagine new adventures. Because when Johnny Depp transforms into a character, people do not just see an actor. They see a story coming to life. And that is the magic that keeps audiences talking. Which Johnny Depp character is your favorite? Jack Sparrow, Willy Wonka, or another legendary role? Share your choice in the comments and join the conversation.